Everybody make some noise for Nick Cannon! Hey!
What up, y'all? How's everybody doing? Good to see you.
Oh, thank you. Nick, welcome.
Thank you.
This isn't your first time in Portland.
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
You've been here plenty. And you dressed for the occasion.
Yeah, I'm fresh off the plane. I landed and came straight here.
Look at that. Dedication.
Yeah.
He loves you guys.
So these are plain clothes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The airport gear is always fun.
Yeah, it's comfortable. It's just pajamas.
You got to, yeah. So Wildin' Out Live tonight at the Moda Center.
Yeah, it's going down.
It's going to be lit.
Yeah, that is the word. That's how I would describe it as well.
And we got The Game performing tonight too.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
And then Cat Williams is supposed to be there.
Yeah, well, you never know with that guy. He's supposed to be there. He's riding his bicycle here now.
He's lost. He's headed in the wrong direction. Well, really quick. Congratulations on so much success with Wildin' Out. You guys are on your 12th season now?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Actually, we're going into the 13th. This is
okay.
You guys are kind of like the one of the last cities for this leg of the tour before we start filming the actual show again. So I go out and start filming in Atlanta in like a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So and then we'll do season 13. Then we'll jump back on the road and probably I think we're gonna go international.
I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah,
is there like I'm sure there is a big demand for that.
Yeah, we're trying to hit Africa, Asia. Obviously the UK, Australia, those places. So we're just trying to set that up right now and take it overseas.
That's so cool. I was talking to DJ D-Rec yesterday, and he was telling me that you guys came up with this idea in like his living room.
Himself?
Yeah, he totally did. He was like, yeah, it was my idea.
It was all
like,
DJ D-Rec's idea.
Nick was just chilling on the couch, and I was like, bro, you got to listen to this.
I couldn't have done it without DJ D-Rec. Who's going to push the buzzers and the bells?
Exactly. What does it feel like to just see something that you guys kind of came up with, or you came up with, whoever came up with it?
We all came up with it. Honestly, we never even really thought about it. Really, I came up with the concept to give my friends like DJ D-Rec jobs. You know, it was like, and people that at that time, no one had ever heard of Kevin Hart or Cat Williams or D-Ray Davis, Affion Crockett. All of these people are now like successful entertainers and millionaires, and it's crazy to see something like I can't take credit for their career, but I can take credit for building a platform that continues to give young people opportunities. So to see it go as far as touring, and now we have restaurants and games and merchandise. Like I would have never thought all that. I was just trying to hook my friends up with some jobs.
Well, it's a brand now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Is so
it's decades.
Cool.
It's the longest running hip hop comedy show ever. So
hey, give it up for that. That's amazing. That's so amazing. And you guys are obviously creating constantly, revamping, thinking of different things to do. How did this live tour come about? Did you just wanted to bring it everybody like in their rather than their living room, just like kind of up close and personal?
That was the thing. People are always asking, I want to come to a taping of Wildin' Out. And we only tape in certain cities. We started in LA, moved it to New York, now we're in Atlanta. And just the energy in there is like, if people could understand how ill this actually is. And then so what we started first, we just took it on the road and I actually documented it for MTV. We took it to colleges and we had like every college is super turned up. And I was like, man, if we could do this in a college, we could probably do it in an arena. Yeah. And I talked to Rick Michaels, one of the comedians on the show, and who's like probably one of the biggest like hustlers that I've ever seen when it comes to like putting on shows and stuff. He was like, we could do it. He was like, if Kevin could do it, if Cat could do it, Wildin' Out could do it. And he was right.
And you guys are selling out shows all over the country.
Everywhere, selling out arenas everywhere. So
that's
it's crazy.
So amazing. So you have your 200th episode coming up, or is it already done?
Nah, it's coming up. It'll be season 13. We're at 180 something, or 190 something already. Okay. So it's coming up. This next season.
You gotta do something huge, right? What's the plan for that episode?
Well, hopefully if Cat Williams could get on his bike, we can include him. I talked to Kanye. He was trying to see if that works.
We're gonna get to that.
That's another one you don't know what's gonna happen. So, we spoke to Snoop Dogg, who's to me like Snoop and Kanye have probably been the best. Snoop, Kanye, and Chance have been the best guests in all 200 episodes of Wildin' Out. So we talking to those guys. You never know, Kevin Hart might pop his magical head in somewhere too. That dude's in like 1,000 places at once. So
seriously,
we trying to do it big. You never know. Those are names that have obviously grown with the brand and become huge global sensation. So if we can have them come back for the 200, that might be kind of cool.
Now, would you consider doing like a live broadcast of the 200th episode?
I don't know how that would go. It's too much cussing and stuff going on. Like we got in the edit.
There's a delay.
Yeah, we got a lot of buttons. Like because this show is so raw, and that's the cool thing about going to the live show that we don't have to be edited, or we can just be as free and as raw as we want to. But on television, they got standards and practices, and it's only because, to be honest, and that's what people will see on the live show. It takes about an hour and a half to actually film an episode, and then you compact it down to 22 minutes. So unless they just gave us 2 hours of cuss-free MTV, then we
gotta pay extra for that.
I don't know if we would be able to do it, but that's a great idea though, because it is improv and it is so real that live element would definitely take it to a next level. But I think that's what you get when you go to the tour.
For sure. Now, do you change the bits when you do the live tour, or is it all pretty much standard like you see on the show?
The cool thing about the tour, again, like it's way longer. It's not just like 22 minutes. Like we come out and you get to see everything. We give you your favorite performances. Like you said, the game is gonna be there. And then we always have other surprises and stuff as well in that world. And then we play the games that people love to see. So you get everything from Family Reunion to Wild Style to Let Me Holla. But then you also get to see your favorite comedians from the show do stand-up comedy. So you get a stand-up show, you get a Wild 'N Out show, and a rap show all in one.
I love that. Yeah, that's cool, right? What advice would you give to somebody that's like interested in maybe getting into stand-up or into improv and like wanting to do something?
Do it. Like I was that kid that they considered a class clown or a troublemaker and had ADHD and all that stuff, and it was like when you can guide that energy into something that's really has the ability to take you from where people consider you to be a problem, and it benefits you. Why not? And there's no rhyme or reason. There's no rules on how to do it. You just got to do it. Especially now, you got the internet. You can do whatever. It's people who are making millions of dollars just off of videos that they make in their bedrooms. So I would just say if you got that bug, if you got that fire, and you do it.
What's something that you personally look for in talent for your show?
Something that has you being authentic to yourself, but at the same time is unique. So if you stand out being who you are, like if you're trying to just force it and you just being silly and like everybody thinks they can, be on Wild 'N Out or any show. They think they have what it takes. But a lot of times it's that innate thing that when you walk in the room, people are drawn to you. 'Cause talent in itself, everyone has a talent, but that it factor, that thing that sets people apart is usually when you're authentic to who you are and your light just beams. And you can see that. It's a gift more than anything. When someone has that light and it's mixed with talent, those are usually the people that are going to be stars.
Now you say the word stars, and that's a great word. And you've been doing this for a long time. How do you manage the stars that you work with on a daily basis?
I don't. That's the brilliant thing of it. Like I let people be who they are, and especially when it comes to someone who's reached that level of whether we call it stardom or success, you kind of got to let them flourish. You got to let them be who they are. And work around them, and hopefully if they have a good spirit and if they're solid, they'll still operate, and function with you as well as them taking off. I mean, Kevin Hart is a perfect example of that. Even Cat Williams is a perfect example of that. These guys have gone on to be mega stars, but they still, show love, and we still brothers at the end of the day, and they always come back and rock with us however we need to. So in that situation, even when you see the DC Young Flies and the E-Man Hudsons and, Conceited, Hitman, all of those guys, they're stars in their own right, but they still got love for the brand.
Right. Now, what about like the crew in itself? I would imagine you guys are very family oriented. You guys have been working together for a long time. Is there any like beef outside of the show that you have to like try and deal with, or?
Nah, beef. That word beef is so funny, man. First of all, I don't think I don't think anyone in entertainment, if you got to do hair and makeup, you can't have beef with nobody. like, cause where we come from, that word means something for real. Now there's always disputes. There's always competition. And that's welcomed. You know what I mean? When you at the top, people gonna throw rocks, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Keeps you motivated too.
Yeah, as I say, everybody's a big dog till the wolves show up.
Thank you for laughing at that. So I wanted to touch on this really quickly. I watched the Vlad TV interview, and then the Kanye Train interview came out, or the Kanye Train Instagram video came out, and you had to obviously respond. Yeah, you obviously had to respond to that. Has anything developed between you guys? Did you have that conversation?
Yeah, that's my guy. At the end of the day, it's all, and even, you know, when people down him, and I think he's just misunderstood, and when he communicates sometimes he just does it with such passion that he forgets to get to, you know, the main focus of what he's trying to convey. Just, you know, he doesn't deal with like bureaucracy and doesn't deal, like, he just says how he feels in that moment. He's not thinking about the repercussions. He's not thinking, and rightly so. I'm not mad at that. Like, we've had that same relationship for quite some time, and I wish him the best. You know, I think, again, when he step into that tricky world of politics and you start having opinions about that, and if you're not concise, I mean, the thing about politics, you have to, whether it's propaganda or rhetoric, you have to make your message so concise and so to the point that it hits people in a certain way. And if you seem wishy-washy and you playing around, they're gonna eat you alive. And his message isn't concise enough because he's such a passionate and emotional person. So that's a interesting line to walk. But hey, I'd vote for him if he was the president or if he was running for, because it couldn't be worse than the one we already got. Right? So I think at least he'd have a better taste in music.
And style.
Yeah, exactly. I think definitely
because
vote
he's
for Kanye.
so creative, that's like why he kind of bounces around and his brain kind of just goes in so many different directions.
It's like that with most artists. Like I give him the respect of someone who chose, I wouldn't say taught me, but opened up on how an artist is supposed to be, like the freedoms of an artist. Like, you know, where I come from, you're not really thinking about that. You're thinking about, how do I get to this bag and how do I keep my masculinity as tough as possible. Those are the only two things that dudes really be thinking about, making money and being strong. And Kanye was like, nah, forget that. I'm gonna just be an artist. And in moments of weakness, I'm gonna be weak. In moments of, you know, I'll spend all my money on this. And like I would watch that dude like spend millions of dollars of his own on music videos and just creative ideas. I was like, wow, this dude really has a passion, believes who he is. So I would say Kanye definitely taught me like the meaning firsthand on how to be an artist. And then when you look at artists like Prince and Michael Jackson and, you know, people we've all looked up to, they're about their craft first. They'll do anything for their craft. And if it doesn't have to do with their artistry, then they don't want to be a part of it. So I was like, wow, that's truly what an artist is.
Can I ask you about being a dad?
Sure.
Do you think being a father has kind of shaped your artistry to what it is now, or is there some influence there?
Yeah, I think there's a separation. I mean, honestly, like me as an artist and me as a father is two completely different people, just entities, like
characters even.
Yeah, like a father is what you are regardless.
Yeah.
You can never turn that off. You know, that's your number one priority. An artist, you can get in artist mode. You know what I mean? You put the sunglasses on, the turban, all of that type of stuff, and it's like, all right, now I'm on my artist stuff. But you'll never stop being a father. Once you're a father, you're always a father.
How are the babies doing?
They're good. Nobody's a baby anymore, though. Everyone,
I know, right?
I need to have some more kids. Need some more babies.
I'm over here like, I don't know when I should do that.
I'm with it. We're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. Got to populate the earth.
That's true. And if you're smart like him, it's smart to do it. Your youngest just turned 1, right? Or in March, right?
Yeah, he'll be 2 in February.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then how old are the twins now?
7.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I got
Y'all
all
feel
these
old, right?
I got all these empty cribs now. I need to put some more kids in them.
Do you see a lot of your personality in them, or some
their
like
personalities are way beyond mine? Yeah, they're just it's beautiful. I mean, anyone who has children, you can see like when they have a little bit of you, but then a whole bunch of something else, and like it's just magical because as you know, each generation evolves, it's something else. Like I know I wasn't that smart at 7 as my kids are. I know I wasn't that in tune at like 1.5 as my youngest is. And it's like you just see the potential and the greatness in them. So they have that, you know, they definitely hams and, you know, love attention like I did, but I think they're going to take it to a whole nother level.
Are they interested in getting into the industry that you're in? Or?
I don't know. I don't care if they want to be in the industry, but they definitely have the knack for entertainment and the arts, and, you know, they're singing, dancing, playing music, instruments, all of that. So that's going to be in them regardless because they're around it, but I don't think they should necessarily focus on, you know, the industry or the business.
Right. It's whatever comes to
I mean,
heart.
I would love some, you know, nuclear physicists and
or
some heart
doctors
surgeons.
or lawyers maybe.
Yeah. And we put too much on entertainers. They're not as special as we think they are. It's the people, the teachers are the ones that people who have the patience to lead and, you know, create things, and like those are the people. Like I would love it if my daughter said she wanted to be a teacher or a physicist, or, you know,
astronaut.
Something like that. Like to me, like there's so many entertainers, but how many physicists do you know?
Right.
Like it's like those are the people that we should highlight and at least want our children to be like.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up, besides the tour and beside the 13th season of Wild 'N Out, is there anything else that you're doing? Are you producing anything?
Oh, yeah, I say new music, new artists, all of that. I mean, Justina Valentine, I thought she was going to be here, who's actually on the show. We're doing a lot of good stuff with her. She just dropped her new single, Voicemail, that we put out through Incredible. And then we got a couple other joints, The Black Squad with Conceited Hitman Holla and Charlie Clips, who are also on the show. They got a hot record with Too Short that, you know, you'll get to hear at the show tonight. And then, you know, my own stuff, I'm an artist at my heart, so I'm always dropping stuff, so I don't ever really get focused on myself as an artist, but I'm always producing, writing, putting stuff out there. So I'm pretty sure I'll drop something this week or last week or next week, but I'm really focused on my artists that are signed to me and, you know, allowing them to get to that superstar status.
Well, that's what a real leader does. So that's really cool.
Yep, there it is, exactly. I mean, I do it because I love it, I mean, but I also want to set up careers for other people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, thank you so much for your time, man.
Thank
This has been really, really
this
cool.
Been cool. Thanks. This is a cool ass room, too.
Thanks. Pretty dope, right?
Can't see all y'all in the back, but I see y'all silhouettes looking fly. Bunch of shadows back there.
We got bun heads over there. Space buns.
Hey, I see that too. That's an ill picture.
Well, you guys give it up for Nick Cannon.
Thank you.
How dope. How dope is that?
Appreciate y'all.
Wild 'N Out tonight, Moda Center. Get
come
your
rock
tickets.
with us.
It's going to be dope.
Yeah,
and again,
it ain't sold out yet.
Time.
It's a few tickets left, so let's go.
Thank you so much, Nick.
Yep.
Yeah, one more time. Give it up. Give it up.